Bombshell news in the Kyle Rittenhouse case today. The judge has banned MSNBC and NBC from the courtroom. And real quick, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I'm going to tell you what they're saying about this reporter and what MSNBC is saying in response to these insane allegations. Let's start with the judge. Now, the judge heard from the Kenosha police who pulled over this MSNBC contractor who was trailing the jurors and attempting to snap pictures of them, which is absolutely badass crazy. But here is the judge talking about what happened.
And last evening, a person who identified himself as James J. Morrison and who claimed that he was a producer with NBC News, employed for MSNBC. And
There's a brief disturbance in the courtroom here.
A person.
Somebody's trying to get in the front row.
Oh, okay. Under the supervision of someone named Irene Bayan in New York.
Remember that name, Irene Bayan.
For MSNBC. The police, when they stopped him, because he was following at a distance of about a block and went through a red light, pulled him over and inquired of him what was going on, and he gave that information and stated that he had been instructed by Ms. Bayan in New York to follow the jury bus.
Okay, so this MSNBC booker has instructed this person who's working for MSNBC to trail the judges or the jurors' bus. The jurors are being trailed by this person, and they were supposed to try to get some photographs of the jurors as well. What could possibly go wrong? Well, here over to Court TV, where one of the reporters knew this person who was going after the jury bus. Listen to this guy describe what he thinks happened here.
Oh, yeah, I know Jamie Morrison quite well, Julie, and I can't say enough about him as an individual. He is an upstanding person, and I know exactly what happened here. I haven't talked to Jamie, but this is a long-standing practice. When a story gets to a certain level, the network morning shows go into a different level, a different mode, if you will, and they are just very aggressive. And one of the tactics, and you could think what you want about the tactics, is to try to locate information about jurors, personal information, just identifications.
So they want to find out who the jurors are. He's saying, look, all these places, all the outlets do this. Of course they do, because they're monsters. They're absolute monsters who are preying like hyenas on these jurors. And they're going to put the jurors' lives at risk. They're trying to expose them, trying to follow them home, badger them, put pressure on them even, maybe to, in this jury, vote in the way that they think that these jurors should. It's incredible. And there's a lot of details rolling in about this. The Kenosha police earlier Thursday said a person was taken into custody after being suspected of trying to photograph jurors. The investigation is ongoing. Police said the person was issued several traffic-related citations. No pictures of any jurors were taken by the individual, but this man said that this is what he was told to do. He was told to follow the jury bus by his boss in New York, identified as Irene Byron. That's her name. This is Irene Byron. And as you can see, she's a booking producer at NBC News, which obviously works with MSNBC. She very quickly nuked all of her social media accounts, so it's hard to find her. She's sending people to try to dox the jurors, but she wants it to be harder to find her. Interesting twist there. The Kenosha Police Department said last night a person who's alleging to be affiliated with a national media outlet was briefly taken into custody and issued several traffic-related citations. Police suspect this person was trying to photograph jurors. This incident is being investigated much further. There was no breach of security regarding the jury, nor were there any photographs obtained. This information remains active and open. No further information right now. So I like how they say this is being investigated much further in their statement, number one. But this is the dirty, dirty side of journalism that companies like MSNBC and NBC News engage in. They get down there and they get these freelancers to go chase around these jurors. And the jurors are probably scared like hell that their names are going to be outed. but they want to find them because they want to pressure them into interviews and try to get them on the record and put their feet to the fire if there's some sort of acquittal or not guilty in this case. Why did you vote that way? It is absolutely disgusting behavior that should be abhorred by everybody. NBC News said in a statement, last night a freelancer received a traffic citation while the traffic violation took place near the jury van. Get this, okay? The freelancer never contacted or intended to contact the jurors during deliberations and never photographed or intended to photograph them. We regret the incident and will fully cooperate with authorities on any investigation. NBC News thinks you are stupid. They think you are a dumbass because they want to tell you, look, he happened to get a ticket near the jury van. He wasn't trying to photograph the jury members or contact them. He just so happened, of all the places in Kenosha, of all the places in Wisconsin, of all the gin joints out there, that he was going to be right next to the bus where the jurors were. It's all a huge coincidence. And the idea that he said that a producer, Irene Bayan from NBC News, was the one who told him to be there, again, another huge coincidence. We're not just being monsters. But don't worry, they'll find somebody to blame, like the completely run down and useless Rolling Stone these days. They say free speech-loving Fox News is thrilled that Rittenhouse judge banned MSNBC from the courtroom, which is called missing the plot. You've absolutely overshot here. This is about what happened with this MSNBC reporter. Was he really going to take photos of these jurors? Jury intimidation by a national news outlet is a huge scandal. And if you think this deserves more attention, hit that share button. I'd appreciate that greatly. More will come out about this story in the coming days, and you don't want to miss any videos. Facebook.com/The News Junkie. Hit that follow button. Again, Facebook.com/The News Junkie with an IE, or it should be right on this post. Also, if you're on YouTube.com/The News Junkie, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to all my supporters who toss money my way to help make these videos. I really appreciate it. I look forward to your comments. I want to know what you think about this. Was MSNBC in the wrong? Is this just something that all the news outlets do, so who cares? It's a non-story. Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you watching as always, and we'll talk to you again real soon.